Anyway, but we're pleased to come your way again. This nice, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Saturday morning. Oh, afternoon. Sorry. Okay, thanks. Okay, Prissy is back now. I mean, since she got this right. So as usual, let's go out there and share the feed. Share today. We only on Facebook Live because we having some issues with a technical guy, and so go out there, share the feed because we don't usually do Facebook Live, right? So it will be good to inform people that we are on Facebook Live at the moment. So it will be good to join us, as in with your comments, with your input and everything, right? So let's make it happen. Let's know when you're done with that. It's so beautiful out here. Let me bring
Very
you
beautiful.
in. So this is the view in front of us. That's beautiful. I mean, if you even go beyond the water, you see the snow-capped mountains in the background. It's awesome. It's alluring. It's it's so nice. So let's use yours. Yeah. So today we have a topic sent to us to discuss. So we're gonna try to do justice to that. And when you join, this is Facebook Live, so it's easier. I can see you on my screen and all. As soon as you join, shoot a hello, shoot a hi, let's know you're here. And yeah, I see Sammy is on. Thanks for joining us. And you can share across all the pages, so we get going. Awesome. Yeah. So forgive us if we get distracted in the middle of the live broadcasts, because what we're seeing here is so beautiful. So we can easily, and you have some awesome ducks or geese or geese,
goose
yeah, swimming all over. So yeah, if
some are walking around.
if we see any of them and we get distracted, please forgive us. So I think the topic here was what? How can you tell if your partner loves or is just manipulating you in a relationship? So that's the topic we got, and we're gonna try to do justice to it. So how can you tell if someone really loves you or is just trying to manipulate you? It's an interesting one because sometimes there is a very thin line between what is love and what is not love, right? I mean, if someone, because if someone loves you, there is emotions involved, right? So sometimes people can be led by emotions, or people can be driven by emotions and will want a partner, for example, to go in a certain way or do something specifically, but it doesn't necessarily mean there is manipulation. And there could also be straight manipulation when someone is only interested in what they're trying to get someone else to do, and it doesn't take into consideration whatever the other partner thinks or feels. So that's it. Prissy, do you have anything to say about this in the intro?
Yes. So manipulation, I think that's It's the and they claim they love you, they'll push you so that they can save themselves.
Right.
Yes, so such people, if that is what we, but people can be manipulative even when they love you. Yes, so
Yeah, so I think there is the situation where you have that borderline where there is no clear distinction between someone who really is doing something because of love or
because they care about
exactly
you,
or
yeah.
someone wants you to do something else. Now that's it. But there are also situations where there is a clear distinction, right? Like the when it goes off the borderline, then you are also able to tell that no, this person
is yeah.
clearly in it for, because think about it, there could be situations where you get into a relationship with someone, right, because there is some sort of benefit you're looking to get from the person, and if it is also clear to the person that this is why this person is coming in, you could have a situation where the one who has the benefit to give would misuse, in quotes, for the lack of a better expression, will misuse the other person, right? It's more like, hey, yeah, you are here. I know you cannot leave. I know you cannot free yourself because you want A or B, right? And because of that, that person can easily miss or manipulate or whatever. And there is also the situation where people are not emotionally matured, and so everything they do would be to manipulate their partner in a certain direction. Like, think about it. If you have a lady who will never discuss anything but cry, right? So, and the person knows that you don't also like it when she cries, right? You go like, oh, this is sad, don't do this. Then it means that at that point, what you would have is the lady knows that this is a good tool I can use to manipulate you. So whatever the discussion, whatever the topic is, I just start crying. I hit the cry button, and I know that you can't even have the strength to keep discussing whatever or arguing whatever, right? So again, yeah, there are people who do things in a bid to manipulate others, and there are people who also don't know. Yeah, I love the view, so I'll keep bringing you in, especially again when I see those mountains in the background. Oh God, yeah,
they are not clouds.
No, yeah, they are not clouds.
Like clouds.
Exactly, they are snow-capped mountains. It's beautiful. Yeah, exactly. So again, it gets tricky sometimes. But when it is so clear or definitive, is if someone does something specifically anytime in a certain condition, in a certain situation, and knows that will get the person to get over something, right? And then that will be pure manipulation.
Yeah, and I think that's manipulation. Sometimes you have a weakness, right? Your partner knows you have a weakness, and they want something from you.
Yeah.
So each time they want something, they point out your weakness so that you feel vulnerable.
Exactly.
And then have their way.
Yeah.
It's also manipulation.
Absolutely.
Right. Those who also want to isolate, they want to isolate you from people. Like they don't want you to have friends. There are some, especially men. There are some men who are like that. When they marry a woman, they want the person to stay away from friends, family, everyone that can make their wife okay or their spouse okay in case that there is an issue at home.
Yeah.
No, they don't want that. They want to always be in control of the person. So they want to isolate the person. It's also another way of manipulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And what else?
Whilst we wait for Prissy to think about the next topic.
Yeah,
nice commercial break.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, those who also love you on condition. They don't love you all the time, whether you are in your best or your worst, right? Yeah. They are only in love with you when they can have things their way, right? So if it's only when you bring them gifts that they try to be extra nice to you. Yeah. But then the days that things are not so good, it's like we are enemies. It's also manipulation. Yeah.
And manipulation and witchcraft, they are they are twins. They are very, very close, right? So hey, thanks for joining us.
No, actually people think that witchcraft is actually about people who do like demonic stuff and like fly at night and whatever. But I believe witchcraft is not even just about that, but sometimes the sort of attitude we exhibit, we might not be flying at night and all that, but you can exhibit a character that makes you a witch. Just like the manipulation thing.
Exactly.
The person might not be that powerful to be flying at night and all that, but some of the attitudes are clearly witchcraft.
Absolutely.
The character,
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Treme and Mr. Amo. Good to have you. Yeah. And Prissy, do you think when it comes to manipulation, I mean, I might have a bias somewhere in my head, but when I hear manipulation, do you think it's more of the women on the men or the other way around?
It can be more.
It can be both ways, but I'm actually if it's more on.
It's easier for a man to evade manipulation than a woman.
To evade?
Yeah, like especially in a marriage, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so if a man is manipulative or the man is controlling, it is hard for the woman
to escape.
To escape.
Okay.
But then it's easier for a man to
like
ignore.
Why is it?
And because supposing you are supposed to be submissive to your husband, right? And
submissive to manipulation as well.
Yeah, and you have a husband who is manipulative. How are you able to prevent manipulation or say that I am not going to be manipulated and not be submissive? You get it? It's very difficult.
Okay, I get what you mean.
Yeah, because maybe you bring a friend home,
Okay.
and your husband is like, I don't want this friend.
Okay.
Then you bring another friend home.
Yeah.
They won't even give you any reason, good reason.
Okay.
Or you bring another family. I don't want to see this family member of yours in our home.
Yeah.
And what it means is that you can't bring that family member in the home.
Right.
Because you're supposed to be submissive to the husband.
Right.
But then there is nothing like that for a man, right? So if the
Oh,
man
there
says
might
that,
be. You've not seen.
no, like I mean, a woman can be
usually,
manipulative,
yes.
but then the man will say that I am the man, I'm in control of the home, so I can decide to do whatever I want to do.
Okay.
You get it?
I'll let you have that. I mean, it's but because
But when
I
it comes to
I
like
think there could be.
psychological one, that one they can get to the man. And then when it comes to like
Physical.
do this, don't do that, do this,
Okay.
yeah, because
Okay,
some
so-
women can be
So when it comes to manipulation, there could be
emotional or psychological.
there could be emotional or psychological manipulation, right?
Yeah,
Where-
like making somebody feel guilt trapped, and
I think
somebody's vulnerability. So maybe the person has done something in the past before, and then you have done something wrong right now. We are trying to address it. Then you go bring something that hasn't got any link with it and say that
but
what
that-
about your weakness that you did.
but that one I think that women have a PhD. in
That's
that.
what I'm saying. So
Yes.
that is more like psychological.
Oh, the psychological.
Yeah.
So the psychological one,
It's
you
easier for a
you
woman.
people chop first in that one. Okay.
Easier for a woman.
Okay.
Yeah, but for
Okay.
like, don't bring someone to my house.
Okay.
Don't even make calls. Some even seize their wives' phones so that they'll be isolated from everybody. It's
But does it cease to be manipulation if the other party that is seen as the one trying to manipulate is able to give good reasons why? Whatever.
everybody has a good reason for doing something.
No, but good can be general and acceptable amongst the two parties. You get what I mean?
Okay,
Assuming
okay,
something
like you
is
have a
well
friend
explained and yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so if you can give a good explanation, fine. But most people who do that do not even have any good explanation. It's like, I am in control.
But how do you know?
So you have to.
How do you know? Commercial break.
I decide what we do, or I prove it.
No, but how do you know they don't have good?
No, some of them will not give you any reason. You know, sometimes when you try to ask what is the reason, you want to disrespect me. They won't even give you any reason. All is that are you trying to disrespect me or undermine my my authority or something. Yeah, so that is the end of conversation.
Yeah.
No explanation, nothing. I'm not going to explain.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is hard.
Okay, so I have a quick question. Assuming your spouse has a weakness, like is not able to control himself around ladies, okay, and you bring friend one home, your spouse says, no, don't. I think this will not help us, so don't bring this person home. Friend two, don't bring this person home. Friend three. What it just means is he's stopping you from actually bringing friends home, right? It might look.
You mean the man is stopping the woman from bringing? Yeah.
Correct. It might look on the surface. It might look like this person is trying to manipulate you. I mean, why do you want to decide what kind of friends I have? Blah blah blah. Right? And we'll come to a different part of that where if your spouse thinks that there is a particular friend that might not be helpful, might point it out. But if your spouse has said, okay, don't bring these friends home, and it's because your spouse, for example, the man has a weakness around ladies, would you say that that is also being manipulated?
This is someone taking a decision that will be best for the family, right?
Yeah, but
so I think that it is not manipulation. Maybe you can have friends, but those friends don't necessarily have to come to your home.
Okay.
You can call them. That's why there's phone.
Right.
If you want to chat with your friend, you can call your friend. But then if the spouse doesn't even want you being on phone with anybody at all, like don't have friends outside the home, not inside, not outside, be isolated, and that is. But this one has a good cause for not wanting.
Okay.
Me personally, I don't even like having friends over all the time or something. Like once in a while, we can meet and talk and whatever.
Right.
But like every time, friends. I'm not into that. So
Okay, so the next question is that if your spouse has the spirit of discernment and sees someone, a friend of yours says, no, I don't think you can have this person as a friend. Another one comes, I discern, I don't think you can have this person as a friend. Is that person being manipulative, or the person is being spiritual?
You said that your spouse has a spirit of discernment.
Correct.
Definitely, whatever spirit of discernment that spirit might have told, or the Holy Spirit might have told your spouse why this person is wrong, and so you can discuss it amongst you.
No.
It makes
Sometimes,
sense.
no. Especially when it comes to the gift of discernment, you might not necessarily know why, but you just have that.
Yeah, so you just explain to your spouse that you are
yes,
discerning.
I
just have that.
Yes, okay.
whatever
So
that it's-
don't you
this
think
person
it will
is-
get to a point? It will be like always you are discerning.
No, but
always
if
you are
it is everyone, if it's like just a select set of people, that's fine. But then if it's everybody, then you should know that the problem is not the people that come around.
But
it is.
so your spouse is not allowed to discern.
So, for instance, I was talking to somebody who had an issue with their spouse, right?
Okay.
And this spouse always has issues with their friends, and so
Their spouse's friends.
yeah, and so
Yeah.
this lady will go and pick a fight with someone outside, and then come and narrate it to the spouse.
Okay.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the spouse, the man, would even hate the friends more than the woman.
Okay.
Maybe later on when she goes to make up with the people, the husband is angry because you have brought a fight. I have taken it upon myself.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, you go make up with the people, and then you make me look like a fool, right? And so I
who is being manipulative
advised the lady that
Okay.
you know how your husband is.
Okay.
Next time you have a fight with somebody or something, don't tell the man, because you know that at the end of the day it is going to hit you back, because you try to make up with your friend and then your husband is like, no way, you're not making up with this friend again. You get it?
Yes, the friend you fought with, right?
No, yeah, maybe you had a
your
little, it's
husband-
not even a fight, a little misunderstanding, but
Yes,
the
you misunderstood
the
and
husband
you fought.
takes
Yes,
it to
it's
another
fine.
level.
It's fine, and your husband wants to protect you and says that, hey, don't even bother to be friends with this person again.
Yes, don't even
you say your
try
husband
to
is
straighten things out.
you're
and all
saying your
that.
husband is being manipulative.
Yeah, so if you know that you have, like I was saying, you have a spouse like that, you also have to apply emotional intelligence. If you have an issue with somebody outside and it's not even a big deal, don't come discussing it with.
Why?
You
don't want to discuss stuff with
yeah,
your
because at the end of the day, maybe you have resolved your issue and then the man gets angry that you are disrespecting me.
Yes, but you've got to fight with someone now. You want to make up with the person, and come.
And sometimes these
disturb
things might
everyone.
be trivial issues, but
Yeah, but I mean, anyway, I agree with that husband. Yes. Anyway, but again, if people, when it comes to this topic of manipulation or control or others, if you don't want to, because sometimes it's not really control, right? Just the fact that someone is assigned as the head of the family, right? Sometimes there could be things a person will say and you feel like the person is trying to control you or something. Don't you think that people shouldn't even bother themselves marrying? Because if you feel like you should have your independence and there shouldn't be any United Nations telling you what to do, why don't you just remain?
that is why it is good to also try and know the one you are getting married to be sure that I'll be able to follow this person's lead.
Okay.
You get it? But if you
But what if
out
the
of
person
blue,
changes along the way?
out of the blue, people hardly change unless they were hiding, they were faking it.
Okay.
So
Yo.
unless out of the blue something happens,
Yeah. We hear.
So at least get to know the person, get to know how the person thinks, the person's beliefs, the person's principles and all that.
Okay.
And know that I agree with this person in so many ways.
Okay.
Because if you don't do that and you only follow maybe outward look and maybe money and all that, then you marry and you have to now.
But can you really get to a point where you really align with someone or understand someone?
No, sometimes you get to a certain, you don't get to everything 100%.
Yes.
You can disagree, but
So maybe the only thing you disagree on is the controlling part. So do you go ahead or you don't go ahead? What do you do in that case?
yeah. So what you can live with and what you can't.
Okay.
Yeah. So some people can live with some things. They can tolerate some things. Others
Okay.
won't. So
Okay.
at least you know the person.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay. I mean, someone can feel something is controlling. Okay, let me ask a question. So something as trivial as what are we eating this evening? Then someone intentionally says, "Oh, my stomach, I can't eat this. I can't." That's manipulation, right?
someone says my stomach.
Yeah, because of that, I can't eat this. We have to eat this.
No, like
Because the person wants to eat something in particular.
like someone
Is
who,
that
who was brought up who eats fufu every night, right? That you got married to the person, you know the person, you have to pound food for the person every evening.
Okay, that's a good
Yes.
example. So
You
what
knew, and you went in. So
but you
in
get
that case,
tired.
you can't say it's
But what
manipulation because
you don't get tired after a while.
you should
pound
expect.
fufu.
You
You
should
pound fufu
expect
for how
that you are
many years
taking over
and you don't
from
get
the
tired?
person's mom.
Oh no,
You know,
no.
there are
So
some that will never eat maybe like any, even if you travel. There are some that I don't eat yesterday's food. What it means is that you have to cook every day.
yeah,
You
hi.
can't say it's manipulated.
Hi, Ernest. Thanks for joining us. No, so again, like you saying, try to study the person, blah blah blah. You study the person, you found out that you could live with something. 10 years down the lane, you found out you can't live with that thing. I mean, should you still
What changed?
continue? Yeah, I don't know. Ask them. I don't
You have
know.
been able to stay with someone for 10 years and you are now discovering you can live with the person, then that's
Because now
Maybe something new
there was
happens.
there was something you didn't think was manipulation. Now all of a sudden you've gone to hear an English word. You say that you are manipulating me. Well, what should you do?
Then it is you that change, not the person.
Oh, okay, that's a good point. I mean, I think that's a good point. So then you go to say, okay, you are the one who changed. Oh, guys, I can't enjoy this view alone. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Enjoy some. Why? I love it with the mountains in the background. It's so beautiful. With the ducks swimming. Oh
It's
my god. Or geese. The geese.
This geese, if it were in another place.
They'll be running away from you because they can't trust you. You'll be manipulated.
This one working comfortably around us.
Yeah, you'll be
They
manipulated.
are not in any rush.
Yeah, so I mean, assuming initially when I saw the question, I thought it was more of someone who was now trying to get into a relationship with someone, right? In fact, and so let me try to answer it from that perspective. If you are now getting into a relationship with someone and the person is already controlling, that's the lowest level of control you ever see. Like it would improve. It will really improve. So if you can't stand that, run away. Because when you are, you freshly meet someone, that's when you are in the butterfly stage, and so you wouldn't even if you are a controlling person, you wouldn't even want to sound controlling, right? But if you can't help yourself, or the person cannot help himself or herself, and has to be his or her controlling self, then hey,
It's even good
advise
the person
yourself.
is
Yeah,
showing
it's good that you
that
get to know Yeah, that's why.
I think most people see most of these negatives
Yeah.
before they get married, but sometimes I don't know if it's the love that is blinding them,
No,
or
sometimes
they want the relationship to
if
work
you
to
have
the
a spouse that you think is controlling, maybe that is to show you that the person will be a good leader. The person will be a president of the country one day. So that's what, and it means you'll be first lady or
And
first
sometimes
gentleman.
people
So
who are stubborn, they feel that when they get a controlling person,
they can keep them
they,
under
I mean,
control.
no, maybe a
Okay.
woman is stubborn naturally.
Okay.
They feel that a controlling person will be best for them. Like,
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like to keep them
In
from
check.
in check. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but sometimes after the marriage, it's no longer fun
Yeah.
because it gets
yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
Yes, so
So Ernest is saying, yeah, or whatever you see in the dating stage is what you see more after marriage. Exactly. Yeah. So if the person is at control level 1, I spend level 28 when you get married, right? So anyway.
no, and usually too, I think that people with low self-esteem do a lot of controlling too.
Why?
Like people that feel that
Yeah.
they are not respected, right?
Okay.
Within them, they feel that nobody respects them. But
Okay.
if they show authority, like I am in control, that's when they gain their respect. So sometimes it's also a reflection of the person
What's going on internally? Okay.
Yeah, it is only when they control or they are worshipped
Okay.
that they feel that yes, they're also human beings. So it is not
But if you
even-
want to be worshipped, go and turn into a smaller God. Why are you?
And so maybe everywhere they go, they are like small, like the one that people look down on. So when they come home, yeah, at least my wife should be, or my spouse should make me feel respected, like more of a human being. So all the frustration is now on the spouse.
Yeah,
the
but
only person
but
who
the
is close
spouse
to
too,
them.
It's not out of place to ask to feel respected. Oh?
No, it's not like they feel already you have low self-esteem. So
Yeah.
anything that happens, you feel that someone is looking down on you or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So that is just a reaction, right? Somebody
Okay.
with low self-esteem does that. But if you feel that I'm like cool, I'm human, I'm perfect.
Okay.
Like why would you need to control someone, like for somebody to make you feel?
So one of the key things I stress when it comes to project management is that human beings are not to be controlled; they are to be managed.
Yeah.
So don't seek out to control people. You manage them, right? It's objects and stuff that you control. Yeah. Okay. So I know we've gone past time because we didn't start on time. We've already gone for the first match. We are in the northern part of the state now. We went in for the first match, and yeah, our first boys team won by 4-1. We are going for the second match on the western side of the state. So we're just moving about like the headless chicken.
Weekends
And tomorrow,
are like
yeah, weekends are always busy running
taken
around.
up by
Just
being soccer parents.
Yeah. So tomorrow, our second boy has 2 games actually, and for one of the games we need to go to a place called Vale. It's a skiing resort. We go there and then we'll have to rush down back to the south for his second game. It's tough, but then we are not controlling the schedule. So yeah, you just take it that way. So thank you so much for joining us for today's episode of Dear Van. Tomorrow we would do a live on the way to Vale. Yeah, so stay with us, make a day. He has very nice views.
Yeah.
And you know, when it comes to the views there, we love the views. So tomorrow, you stay with us. We show you awesome views on the way to Vale. We pass by a number of skiing resorts before. We'll pass by Loveland. We'll pass by Copper Mountain. and then we get to Vail. So stay with us. It will be awesome. So catch you tomorrow. Tomorrow's will not be more of the event, but it will just be a random live video on my personal feed. So yeah, let's get hooked up. Thank you so much for joining us as always.
Hey, let me say hi to Mr. Treme.
Okay.
Hi, it's been a while.
Yeah.
I think I would give you, I don't know if I have your number, but I'll look for your number and call you.
Okay, sure. So what was I saying? I was going to say that always remember that no two relationships are the same. One might be more controlling than the other, right? So thanks for staying with us. Cheers and bye for now.